Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the big old wide locked up world. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS. It's Tuesday here. And we're going to look at ThumbJam. Shit, yeah. Hey everybody, let's say g'day to folks in the chat. G'day Scott, Tom, Rochelle, Langston Reese, SM Borthwick, and Stu Cash. G'day, 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 g'day. I can see you all coming over from Pete's show. And what an exciting time it is watching Pete delve into the land of Cubases. It's been really cool, I have to admit. Been loving watching that and really looking forward to watching him dive into Aurea Pro as well, which means oh, I haven't got my screen up, lazy again. So I think what I might do, because I'm kind of doing things on the fly this week, I might jump in and have a bit of a play in Aurea Pro for the next maybe couple of days, just to close out that whole schnizzle that I was looking at a couple of weeks ago, because I didn't cover the MIDI and a whole bunch of things I left out, so I really wanted to cover that. And now that Pete's finished looking at Cubases, I am going to be looking at Cubases while he is looking at Aurea Pro, because I haven't used Cubases that much, and I've just started using it myself, and I'm recording a EP for a new band project that I'm working on called Manners, which is a Doom kind of I don't know, a Doom kind of Black Sabbath-y kind of band, which instead of having like heavy metal singers, I have a collection of elderly old age pensioners singing over the top about manners and being polite. Yeah, I know, it sounds bizarre. So what are we doing today? We're going to be looking at ThumbJam, as I said. Let's scoot over to App Slice, where we do our quick look at what's dropped in price. And as you can see, the first thing that's showing there is Roxanne, which I did a video on, and it was a very popular video. Lots of people have viewed that video, and it is now on special for half price. So if you were considering grabbing a copy of Roxanne guitar synthesizer, now is the time, because it has dropped in price. That's really cool. Not much else there to look at today. Let's do a quick search for ThumbJam just so I can find out how much it is, because I own it and I couldn't find the price. So there it is. So $8.99 US. So, you know, it's got a bit of a cost to it. But if you notice, what's good about this app, so if you're not using App Slice, make sure you sign up, join the website, sign up, and you can set alerts. So you can see here, you can set an alert for how much you would like to get an alert for once this app drops. So, and if you look, here's another handy tip. If you look at the apps, you get a list of recent price changes. And if I show a little bit more, you kind of get to see a pattern of when they drop their apps. So it looks like Christmas is when around December is when they drop it down to the lowest price. June, so it looks like a pretty stable drop. It looks like it went up last December, so it's probably coming up. So it looks like June and December is around their price drops for this particular app. So just a handy thing to know about App Sliced. Here it is on the App Store. So now the thing is, I'm going to hear a lot of people say, first off, let's squash it. The elephant in the room. Yes, it's not an AUV3 plugin. That's the bummer with this. But, you know, it's not the be-all and end-all with things, because it has inter-app audio, and you can plug in a MIDI device. You can use your MIDI drum kit for the drum sounds, which I will show you. And hell, if you can play, you know, a MIDI piano, you don't always need to have an AUV3. And the reason I'm kind of, sounds like I'm making excuses for the app, is because the instruments are really high quality. You know, I was really shocked about it. I heard lots of people say to get this, and I finally did and was like, wow, there's some really high quality stuff here. So without further ado, let's open this sucker up. I'm use my Apple Pencil today. And so this is the screen you are given with. Now, anybody who's used GarageBand will know it's really handy to be able to set scales in GarageBand for if you're not really accustomed to a keyboard setup. So you can actually do that in this off the bat. Now, if you down the bottom here, I'll move my cursor so you can see it. That's not where you do it. Where do I do it? Your options, your main options, let's start here. So your left top, bottom right, and left right. So we'll start in the top left-hand corner today. You can actually change the scale at any time here. And look, you have a massive list of scales, from Asian scales, Indian scales, jazz scales. I mean, there is a lot of really cool stuff here. So let's just, grab, God, look at them all. It is really incredible. So Apple, eat your heart out there. Let's go blues diminished. This is an acoustic sound. We've got a Ulearn from China. So you have plenty of options for scales. Look at this stuff. It goes on like the legs forever of a supermodel. Oh yeah. And I'm just dragging my finger over that. Pretty cool. So you can see your chords if you want to, for chords as well. It's all color coded, which makes it really nice and easy to use. And all your notes are down the bottom here. So that's nice and simple to see. And when you change instruments, you'll see this little section here. This tells you what is available for each particular instrument. So this one has an X-axis, a V tilt for pitch bend, vibrato. So if I hold down, now I'm just going up and down there. Just a wiggle. Let me do this so you can see. Let's bring up this camera just so you can see what I'm doing here. It's a very bright screen. So if you're used to something like GarageBand, you will be very accustomed to that kind of control with your finger. So even I'm using an Apple Pencil now, and the same kind of deal. And as you can see here, I've got my keyboard set up. So we've got full access there, so that's all looking good as well. Hello Pete, welcome to the show, and welcome Russ also. So that is just a quick overview of your scales and what's showing on the screen here. Down the bottom shows what scale you're actually using, and in the middle, clearly your acoustic guitar. So let's have a look at some of the sounds, because that's what it's actually, this is what this show is more so about. I will just quickly jump into preferences. You've got all your basic stuff here. You can Wi-Fi transfer, you can save MIDI files, you can control your MIDI. So you can see there's a wide bunch of MIDI options here. Very in-depth. Very cool. Your basic options, your buffer size, all of that kind of stuff is all in here. Background for if you want to use background audio. All that, there's a hell of a lot of options. So we're definitely not going to go into too many of those today. But let's have a look at the instruments, because that's what it's all about. So when you first off open this app, you are given the option to, you've got a whole lot of samples that are already there. So instruments, and you've got some, you've also got, so you've got your instruments and you have some loops. But if you go down to the bottom one, which is download samples, you can go ahead and download all these samples, all the rest of these instruments, which are not installed at first. So you can see there's banjos and whole lot of stuff. Plus there's a whole lot of loops, which I haven't really experimented with yet. So it's definitely not something I'm covering today. But as you can see, there's a whole bunch of loops, which is really cool too, that you can instantly download. So let's have a play. And as you can see, all these instruments are organized in alphabetical order. And you have the option across the top here, which is really, really sweet, to set user saved favorites, defaults, and this is the best, everything in categories. It just makes it so much easier. And yes, Russ, you are right, shaking your phone to bend notes. Fun, fun, fun. So let's go through a few things. Let's have a look at a banjo. Not bad for a banjo. It's, you know, I've had some pretty bad MIDI banjos in my time on using digital software. Trust me on that. I'm sure you all have. So that's right off the bat. And as you can see in the middle, as I said, so you've got shake for the banjo and a Y-axis for volume. But I'm not picking up my iPad and shaking it because it's just worth too much money to be doing that with. What else do we have instrument-wise? We've got a harp. Sweet. Pretty cool sounding. So I said, a lot of the instruments on here are really actually cool. And you are right, Russ, the upright bass is sick. As well as the cello. I really love the cello sound in here. So we've got a ukulele. What have we got? Yeah, and the brass instruments, really cool in here. Let's go straight to... So we've got a slap bass as well. Damn, you could have fun making Seinfeld riffs with that, couldn't you? So an electric bass. What else we got? Let's so we got a plucked bass here. I'll just click on my keyboard so you can see what I'm doing. I'm using my pads over here as well. Feel like I'm in a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Hi, Dora. So I put a stack.
Fluffer and fucking dash. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, let's go through. So we got brass instruments here as well. So here's the trombone. There are a shit ton of great stuff here. Trumpets are normally a really hard thing. Let's hear what the trumpet sounds like. Not bad for a trumpet. Okay, what else? Acoustic guitars now, you know, let's be honest. Are we ever going to get an acoustic, any kind of guitar sounds that sound okay on MIDI? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is Donald Trump going to start telling the truth? I don't think so. So, you know, I always love testing out the electric guitar. So let's see. Oh, we got some power chords. Let's see what these sound like. Hang on a minute. There we go, now it's fucked. Yeah, if you're downloading this for any kind of guitar sounds, we'll try out the acoustic. Did we have that at the start? So, you know, that's okay. That's a fairly decent acoustic sound. It did start out well, didn't it? I was actually quite hopeful there. We've got a muted funk guitar. Okay, I guess. But you know, guitar, they're normally the things I look straight over and don't give a shit about. I'm going to skip down a bit. I'm going to bring up the drums because there's only, what have we got? Drum kits. So there's you got classic 808. You got a bunch of cool selections of drums. There's only one normal kind of standard kit here. But what I will do here is grab this camera and spin it around a little bit, point it up. So there's my drum kit. Let's point that up a little bit more. So we're on the fly, sorry about that. Get rid of my Apple Pencil. Yes, how nice is my dressing gown? It's made of fluff. Let's turn on my drum kit and we'll see if this just works. I'll just turn down my mic for a minute so you don't hear me bashing. So you can see out of the box, I just turned on the drum kit. I mean, my drum kit's permanently hooked up to my my audio interface through a powered hub. Let's see what other drums are there in here. Cool. I wonder what that sounds like on a drum kit. Let's You get the idea. So enough of me fighting around at 8:20 in the morning on the drum kit. Lucky it's an electronic drum kit. Well, my neighbours would want to punch my head in. They probably do. So, God, hear how puffed I am after just doing that. So what else do we have? We've got a grand piano, of course. So it's all good. Standard grand piano kind of sounds there. That's all good. We got some pipe organs. What else? What's something that we can't normally find in something like GarageBand, because that's what the key to this great app is. So we've got a glockenspiel, cello, yes. And I think you're pushing it there, Russ. You know as well as me the bagpipes are going to suck. We got a violin. So yeah, all the string instruments are pretty damn good. We got an ensemble as well. Did I hit ensemble? I missed it. Missed it by an inch. Pretty cool sound there. Now, as I said earlier, this is an inter-app audio kind of deal. So to use this in GarageBand, you have to, and I'll do that right at the end, import it as an inter-app audio. So you've got a bunch of synth sounds as well. Plenty of synth sounds. You've got a choir, synth choir. I'm not sure if there actually is a real choir in here. All right, so here we are to the instruments where they normally don't sound good. Here we are. So we've got harmonica. Up higher, it kind of sort of sounds sort of. Nah, not really. I've never heard a harmonica sound like that before. So, what else do we have here? So we're gonna have to do that. So we've got. Do we have? So we've got Scottish small pipes. What are Scottish small pipes? Oh damn! No vibrato. I'm sure there was. So we've got pan pipes. So we've got bassoons, clarinets, we've got flutes, piccolos, we've got a sax. Let's hear what the sax sounds like. This is always a good test. That's a soprano sax. It's pretty naff. That's pretty pants, really. That's pants. Let's see the tenor sax. Pretty naff. Yeah, pants. So there's another sax. There we go. Hey, we got some vibrato. Not too bad. So there's one sax in there that sounds half decent. Oh, what are some? We've got an oboe in here as well. Anything else we want? Anything else? We got a snake charmer? Really? I can't even remember how to play that. I give up, man. It's too early for me. What else? So, flutes are normally pretty bad. I think there were a couple of flutes in there, if I am right. There's one right up the top. So there's an Irish flute and a normal flute. What did I miss up the top? I think I went, so, got Mellotron stuff here. I send praise, Jesus! Just give me all your money! Oh, yeah! Anyway, I'm losing the plot completely here. So there's some strings in here as well. So all these are touch sensitive as well. So you've got velocity on your keyboard and on your screen. I've never clicked on create an instrument. So look at this. I'm not going to really create one, but what you can do here, from what I gather, is you can record your own MIDI sounds into here. So you could record a string from each of your guitars, or your if you've got a real drum kit, you can actually create your own sounds in here. Something I haven't looked at. I'm gathering that's what it is. It looks like that to me. There's a record button there. There's mono, stereo, one-shot hits. So yeah, definitely looks like that is the case. So that looks pretty cool. And looks like you can assign it different keys to there as well. So there is a lot of stuff in here, and I definitely was not planning to cover all of that today. Just wanted to give you a heads up with the instruments. Perhaps down the line we will look at this a little bit more. So how do you bring this in to GarageBand? Let's do that quickly. Let's start a new project. What have I got in here? God, I was playing around with Drum Perfect last night. It's something I'm probably going to look at too. It's a really advanced drumming setup. It's super advanced. Like, even my head, it took my head about 2 hours to, whoops, I didn't want to duplicate that. Took my head about 2 hours last night to get around how to operate this. So the way to, because if I click audio unit extensions, unfortunately you can see it's not there. But into app audio, there we are. There is ThumbJam. So you've got multiple slots as well for your MIDI, so that's nice and cool. Look how many slots there are for this Drum Perfect for Interapp Audio. That's insane. So let's try that. And what's really cool about this too is you get a transport built in up the top here, so you can record straight away. Then when you click the little GarageBand icon, it takes you straight over into GarageBand, and there you are. So it's very easy to actually record into GarageBand using this little app. So don't be afraid of it not having AUV3, because Interapp Audio ain't going anywhere fast. Let me tell you that. It's still not going anywhere. Even once it does go, apps like Audio Bus 3 have already begun compensating for when it's gone, and they'll have a workaround, so you'll still be able to use it in some form of another. So that is that for today. I'll leave it at that. And look, we finished on time. Normally, like 20 minutes with a 10-minute intro. Holy shit, what a bizarre feeling that is. So just remember to, if you check out, what was it, yesterday's video, go back, have a look at the LumaFusion video, leave me a comment, because on Friday we'll be giving away a copy of LumaFusion with a month subscription to StoryBlocks. So I want to make sure you've all got a chance to win that, because LumaFusion rocks. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to be looking at Audio Pro for a couple more episodes, and then we've got an interview on Friday as usual. So thank you all for all of your support as usual. You guys rock so much. Thank you for joining me every morning. It's so good to see all of your faces and have you all on board with this journey with me. So have a lovely day ahead. Keep creating music. Stay gangster. Stay rock and roll. Stay forever.